series courtesy of Soup Muscle Limited, and today's topic is Website 101. So a lot of people are familiar on what a website is, but they don't understand the full extent of what a website is all about and all the different components of a website and what make a website functional. So for those out there who don't know the textbook definition of a website, it is basically a collection of web pages and related content that is identified by a common domain name and published on at least one web server. Example, soapmuscle.com. Other websites include google.com, amazon.com, cnn.com, and the list goes on and on. So there's several types of website, but today we are only going to speak of the standard HTML or CSS, JavaScript, PHP, .NET or JavaScript website, and content management solution or CMS, and those are like the drag and drop website, and from websites of this nature includes website managed by WordPress, Drupal, and other web service solutions on the internet such as Weebly and Wix and so forth. So let's look into it. What does a website need to function? So first you need a domain name. So the domain name is like martimanhenry.com, cnn.com, and along with your domain name you need hosting. So hosting is pretty much a web server somewhere in the world, or a server somewhere in the world that hosts your files and content, so that when someone types martimanhenry.com or soapmuscle.com or cnn.com, it will go on the internet, locate the server and pick up the content, and then display the content on your computer screen or your mobile device. So another thing that a website needs are the files. So the files are basically the pictures that's on the website, the text, database. If you're having posts and so forth, you can have audio files on a website, you can have applications on a website, several things on a website. So the website files contains all the content on your website. So as a small business, a lot of small businesses are taking the route of having their services to their customers 24/7. Some use social media, others to create a website, because at the end of the day you want to portray a certain image and you want your business to be as professional as possible. So a website often is the place or your online office space that customers or prospective customers can visit, and they can see all of the services or products that you have to offer and check out FAQs and can contact you and interact with your team 24/7 basically, rather than to wait until the next day for your office to open. So which website is right for small businesses and large or medium-sized businesses? Well, it depends on the nature of your business, and it also depends on the budget, right? So if you have a big budget and can afford to pay for maintenance, you should to consider a HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP website. So this website is strictly coding. When I say coding, I mean a computer programmer or a web developer or full stack developer sits down, open an application and writes all the fine details of your website. So different things make the website function. So the JavaScript is responsible for how the content, how to showcase the content in an interactive way on the browser. So for example, if you go on a website and you have a slideshow and you see the pictures going from left to right or from right to left, or any sort of interaction that is automated, that is most times controlled by JavaScript. CSS, it has to do with how the content on your website is presented, the color scheme, fonts, and so forth. And HTML is the structure of the website. So you have different structures on a website, such as the header tag, which contains some of the JavaScript file and some of the CSS files, and you have the body tag, that is what is presented to the website visitor. So all of those are basically front-end scripting languages for the user that interacts with the user, or for the user actually sees. Now back-end has to do with PHP, .NET, and Java, along with Python and other back-end languages. So these back-end languages often interact with a server. For example, if you go on martimanhenry.com or supermuscle.com and you wish to contact us, and you fill out the contact form and you click submit, a Java or a PHP or a .NET program is triggered once you select that button, and it basically goes and say, listen, someone pressed the button and they filled out a form, what should I do with it? So that side of the website say, okay, send it to Martiman Henry's email, or send it to a general email box, or respond to whosoever sent it saying that they didn't fill out the form correctly, or send them an email thanking them for contacting Martiman Henry, and so forth. So that is the backend. So backend mostly deal with database and the server side part of it. So that is really expensive. So a typical website that is customized and is fully HTML, PHP, JavaScript, CSS, and so forth is very expensive. Most times clients are unable to manage such websites and have to pay for maintenance for such website. And clients, depending on the client and due to the fact of budgetary constraint, they often shy away from this product, although it is 100% personalized and it's more secure than your average, for example, Weebly or Wix website. But nonetheless, it's a good alternative. So moving along from that type of website to the CMS or content management solution websites, where you have your WordPress as stated before, your Drupal, and your Wix. So basically it's a drag and drop websites. So these websites often use a theme, or you have some level of customization, but not fully 100%. So you can go on, for example, Wix.com and other service provider, especially WordPress, install the WordPress solution on your server or your hosting account, and then you sign into WordPress, and then WordPress takes care of all of the backend attributes in terms of not worrying about files and how to manage those files and how to install certain things. And then you will basically install a theme, which is simply a skeleton of how your website will look, and you can add your content to that theme. This is cheaper and more cost, and as you know, would be more cost effective, but there are certain things you have to keep in mind. For example, if you go on Wix and you use their content management solution, you cannot transfer your website from the Wix hosting to, for example, an iPage or a private hosting, and this will result in you basically have to build your website all over again. So you have to bear those things in mind. So some of the pros and cons of both CMS websites and your traditional coding websites is that CMS websites are easy to manage, quick deployment, low development and maintenance costs. Standard HTML, CSS, JavaScript and PHP websites are more customizable, secure and easy to be transferred to another hosting account. CMS offer little customization. Some are unable to be transferred to other hosting platforms, as I had mentioned before, and high startup costs, maintenance costs and longer time to deployment, as I have stated in terms of the HTML. So if you need assistance or have any questions regarding websites, you can always shoot me an email and I will try to help you in the best way I can. If you need web development services, you can easily go to soupmuscle.com and send them an email, and you will speak to a sales representative, and then they will take it from there in terms of giving you all of the different details in the web development process, so that it can be both cost effective and beneficial to your company. So thank you for tuning in. Please stay tuned for other videos speaking about website, graphic designing, marketing, digital